Jim Nantz and Phil Simms, welcome, friends. You got the two biggest names in the sport. The two big ones here, Manning and Brady, about to collide.
Yeah, no question. I think what you got here is the NFL's best rivalry right now. The Patriots and the Colts. Whoever wins this game, boy, it does a lot in determining how well you can do in the playoffs.
Well, the winner of this game has advanced deeper in the playoffs 6 of the last 7 years. And the only year that didn't hold up, they both lost in the divisional round a couple of years ago. So it goes a long way towards seeding, postseason performance. It's chilly. The breezes are down. And Phil, when we arrived here 5 hours ago, you said, this is going to be the kind of game today, this weather, no breezes, should be good for the quarterbacks.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the Patriots elect to send the football down to the Colts. They won the toss, New England did, and they defer. It's James taking it up the middle, just his second game after coming up off the practice squad last week. Sergio Brown tackles him, and there is a flag. Brandon James, the returner, the rookie out of Florida.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team, number 47, 10-yard penalty, first down Indianapolis.
Gene Steratore is the referee. He's also up this way. He's a Big East basketball referee. And a good one. Peyton Manning, the NFL's only 4-time MVP, maybe on his way to a 5th. What he's doing with a patchwork squad. 5 more Colt regulars didn't even travel here for the game today, with 2 of the top 3 running backs out again. Adai and Hart back home in Indianapolis. Donald Brown starts. Manning goes across the middle. Austin Collie active today after sitting out a game with a concussion. That's a 9-yard pass play to Austin Collie. So Collie had been listed questionable, game time decision. He's in. We're just one play into the game here at Gillette Stadium. I want to welcome many of you just joining us. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. It's Indianapolis and New England again. The monster rivalry game. The first play was a pass from Manning to Collie for 9 yards. The Patriots won the coin toss, deferred. There was a penalty on the Colt special teams that set them back near the 10. And on 2nd and 1, Donald Brown is dropped for a loss of a yard. Manning's offensive line has yielded only 12 sacks, tied for the fewest in the league, and on that blind side protecting Manning is Charlie Johnson. And Tammy, since Dallas Clark was put on injured reserve 3 weeks ago, has caught 20. Well, he's been targeted as many times as you can imagine, 27 times over the last 2 games with 18 receptions. Tammy, the 3rd-year man out of Kentucky, as Tom Brady stays loose. He may be seeing the football shortly if his defense can make a stop here on 3rd and 3. That's Collie holding on for the first down. His second grab. This one for 4 yards. And the Colts will keep it.
Austin Collie being back in this lineup really helps the passing game, especially on 3rd down for the Colts.
Along with Phil Simms, Jim Nantz here on the scene at Gillette Stadium. Many of you just now joining us here. The Colts just picking up a first down on 3rd and 3 with a pass play. Manning to Collie. Collie's second catch of the game. Donald Brown runs right into the arms of Cunningham for no gain. This New England defense that against Pittsburgh last Sunday night, a pretty impressive performance there, including 5 sacks, a season high. They got a rookie, Dedrick, on that defensive front. 4 rookies in all. Mayo's a 3rd-year man. How about this? You have 4 rookies and 3 second-year players, including Patrick Chung, who's very active, ball-hawking safety out of Oregon. So a 2nd and 10 for the Colts. As Manning steps away from the pressure. Again, it's to Collie. Down the middle, and Collie runs into a couple of Patriot players right at midfield. Sanders and Chung get to him, but not until it gains 28 yards.
Tremendous job by Austin Collie. Peyton Manning under pressure, good movement in the pocket, but Austin Collie goes outside, that little shake move, gets back in, and already the Colts, I think their confidence was up. because they knew they had another receiver and somebody to throw the football for Peyton Manning. Two good plays by Austin Collie from the slot receiver.
Collie has 3 catches already after missing last week. Recovering from the concussion after he was laid out down at Philadelphia 2 weeks ago. In a frightening scene there. And now it's Donald Brown for a yard. Tully Bantakane coming up, holding him to 1. All right, Phil, your turn. A little spotlight here.
Well, the last couple weeks, the Indianapolis Colts, some of their routine plays they count on executing every single week, have not worked. So it's been difficult. As Peyton Manning has said, the word you hear a lot from the Colts, they are grinding it out on the offensive side.
And you are today, too, fighting a little cold. Hang in there, MVP. 2nd down and 9, and that's Tammy. And he's ridden down after a 2-yard play. That's Gary Guyton on the tackle. You may have seen that brief shot of Collie on the sideline looking a little woozy after that 28-yard pass play where he was hit by a couple of Patriots right there at the 50.
You talked about it, the tough hit that he took 2 weeks ago.
Another audience just joins us here. Opening drive of the game. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A 3rd and 7 for the Colts, who have moved it to the New England side off of 3 pass plays to Austin Collie over the top and a pick. Threw it too high, and that's Merriweather with the interception. Blocker in front. Chung throwing a block on Garcon. And finally at the 33, it comes to an end for Brandon Merriweather. Only the 5th interception all season long thrown by Peyton Manning. With a 38-yard return.
It resembled the interception we saw a couple weeks ago in Philadelphia. The pocket starts to collapse just enough. He's off balance, and the fact that he's off balance just a little bit, he throws it a couple feet too high. And Merriweather, good job with staying in his zone, waiting, watching the quarterback make the interception.
2nd pick of the season for Merriweather. Blair White was the target. Here's Brady and the Patriots from the 32. Brady goes underneath, and Green Ellis thrown down after a 4-yard gain. Pat Anger, the tackle, and here is Tom Brady going for a 25th consecutive regular season win at home. It would tie Favre for the all-time NFL record for winning starts consecutively at home. He's at 24. His line includes the 2nd-year man out of the University of Houston, Sebastian Vollmer, right tackle, who has assumed the starting position all season long. Green Ellis catching that a moment ago, now running with it here. And he's stacked up by Wheeler about 1 yard short of the 1st. An Indianapolis defense that had 5 takeaways against Cincinnati last week allowed the Bengal offense only 30 yards rushing. Freeney, the all-time Colts sack man. Anger, one of 2 rookies in the linebacking core, along with Cavell Connor. And there's Hayden, who had a run back off of a pick last week. That for the 2nd time in 3 weeks. Hayden found the end zone off an interception. Sammy Morris is in the backfield as the fullback for 3rd and 1. Green Ellis, the teller, they go to the fullback, and he's stacked up, but Morris keeps driving, and I think the 2nd effort picks up the 1st. Sammy Morris. First down is the signal, and Phil, how about the spotlight on the Patriots?
Well, let me say this about the Patriots. They've changed their offense quite a bit. Gronkowski going down the middle, many weapons, many different ways for him to get it done now. Tom Brady under the center, that's allowed him to get the football down the field more.
Danny Woodhead in the game. First down for Brady and New England at the 21. Steps up. He's got Welker. Welker driving to the cross. Touchdown, New England. Yards, Brady to Welker.
Good changeup. Oh, excellent changeup by Wes Welker. 5 wide receivers, usually the football is going to be thrown short. So what do? Tom Brady takes a short drop, so the defensive ends go around him. He gives it time, and they work. You got Wes Welker against the middle linebacker. Great job by the Patriots.
Shane Graham is the kicker, and he adds the extra point. New England takes advantage off the turnover. Welker's first touchdown in 8 games. 7-0 New England. Well, it took only 4 plays to cover the 32 yards. The final 22 of it, Brady to Welker. And Brady 13 straight home starts with a touchdown pass. That's Brandon James waiting for the kick from Graham. His second game for Graham as the New England kicker after Gostowski went out. IR. James takes it outside, and Pierre Woods, just brought back this week, grabs a hold of him, but once again there's a flag here on the return.
During the return, holding number 49 of the return team, 10-yard penalty, first down Indianapolis, timeout.
That's 2 returns, 2 penalties, taking them back around the 10. 2 big mistakes, plus the pick led to the touchdown. Once again, the Colts start a possession pinned, thanks to a penalty on special teams from the 13. And that one is almost picked off. Trying to nab it with one hand was McCourty, the rookie out of Rutgers. Pass intended for Pierre Garçon.
Tight coverage, something you're seeing the Colts do a little more of because they're worried about the protection, trying to find different ways to get the football in the hands of guys who can make those plays. McCourty right on it, the one-step drop by Peyton Manning, and he is all over Pierre Garçon.
Garçon, who had a good week of practice, he's had a nagging hamstring injury all season long. Manning felt like this was his best week leading into a game. Second down and 10, play action. Firing it, and with a flag down, there's the catch by Garçon. Good for 16. Let's see what the flag's all about.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 27. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
They don't need the penalties on Arrington. The pass holds up to Garçon, but here's the Brady throw to Welker.
Yeah, a couple things I wanted to show was the defensive ends went behind him. Tom Brady took a short drop, and that play was designed to throw it basically to one guy. That was Wes Welker.
First down, Indianapolis at the 28. Donald Brown, he hasn't had any room to run on his 3 handles. That was good for only a yard. Gerard Warren on the tackle.
Well, here we go. Wes Welker going to go inside against Angerer, the middle linebacker. Look at the space. Tom Brady looks it off to make sure the safety's not there. Tremendous throw right down the middle.
Austin Collie, who looked a little shaken up, he's back on the field. 3 receptions on the first series of the game for Collie. They bring everyone in tight, including Collie on that left side. Second down and 9. Good time to throw, and almost intercepted yet again. That was tipped by Mayo. This is the 10th time that Peyton in his career has played at New England. He's thrown a pick at New England on every occasion.
Peyton Manning expecting Pierre Garçon to go inside. He breaks out. That's 3 times so far today. The football could have been intercepted.
That was a Garçon mistake right there, Phil?
Well, just by going by Peyton Manning's reaction, I'm not sure. He didn't seem upset. He didn't seem upset at Pierre Garçon when the play was over.
Tammy wide to the right on 3rd and 9. They'll go Brown underneath, and Brown's going to be stopped short of the first. Mayo in the middle. Guyton also holds him to a 7-yard gain, and that'll force a punt by McAfee.
One of the things that the Patriots have gotten better on the defensive side. Peyton Manning going to look it off. He knows he's going to dump it real quick. Is the speed of the defense now can rally and get up to these runners quicker and stop them short of first down.
Kyle Arrington, the starting corner for New England, he is shaken up. We'll have a timeout on the field. As Arrington got up just after we went to break and actually jogged off the field. Looks as if he's going to be okay. Now we have McAfee on the field to punt to Julian Edelman. So after picking up one first down, they send it back to the Patriots. Fair catch, Edelman at the 17. 46-yard boot. Brady up already, 7-0. He'll have the football when we come back to Gillette Stadium. The MetLife Blimp cruising along here in Foxborough, Massachusetts, about 33 miles from downtown Boston, even closer to downtown Providence, Rhode Island. 6 minutes to go in the first. 7-0 Patriots, and that was a flag is thrown, trying to go to Branch and getting there a little too early. Kelvin Hayden.
Pass interference. Defense, number 26. Spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Third penalty already on the Colts.
Couple things. Kelvin Hayden, 26. The corners for the, he did get there too early. The corners for the Indianapolis Colts love to watch the quarterback. They break very hard and fast on the throws. Tom Brady getting rid of it because you got to respect the defensive ends.
First down from the 24, and Green Ellis hops along to create a little freedom. Picks up 5. Francisco ends it. Manning and Brady.
What kind of starts do they get off to? Peyton Manning, tough start, throws the interception. Tom Brady, good design, good execution, gets the touchdown throw. See the comparison, now when you talk about, you notice it with Tom Brady. It's they give the defensive ends for the Colts tremendous respect. Give your tackles a chance to get in the groove and learn how to block them before you hold the football.
Green Ellis, a quick hit on him. That's Muir, the first to knock him back for no gain. Tell you, the rivalry has kind of flipped. It was 6-0 New England in the first start of Brady's career. In fact, came in a game against Indianapolis. So he won the first 6. Manning's gone 5-1 the next 6, although Brady did miss the 08 game out with the knee, and Castle was the quarterback in that Colt victory. So the pendulum has gone to Indianapolis the last half dozen years, and New England trying to get it back on its side. Leading 7-0, 3rd and 5 from the 29. That's Woodhead breaking a tackle to pick up the first. Former Division II Player of the Year a couple of times. Harlan Hill Trophy winner out of Chadron State in Nebraska.
Pressure defense by the Colts. Look at it. They're all up there trying to stop the short throw. They're in perfect position. They got the defense to stop this type of play. But here's the difference. That's not Gary Brackett at middle linebacker. He makes that tackle. The rookie, Anger, that's tough. Trying to tackle a skilled person in the NFL in open space.
Green Ellis fouls off the left side for 4. You mentioned Anger, the rookie. They got 2 rookie linebackers. Again, we should note that Brackett, with a toe injury, did not even travel here.
Well, that's right. You got Gary Brackett out. Clint Session, another linebacker's out. Of course, we know Bob Sanders is not there. This Colts defense is designed to be great tacklers. Their speed and then tackle the football. With all the substitutions, they're missing tackles or giving up those extra yards. It's changed their football team.
Saved on some airfares, didn't they? Didn't make the trip. Hope they weren't non-refundable tickets at the beginning. Here's Brady, and the pass is thrown away. Branch may be in the area, and it'll be...
That's a good throwaway, Jim. Yep. I've already said it, and just don't give this defense, they thrive on emotion. They want to get you in passing situations. That's what they're built to do. Tom Brady knows, keep 3rd down in a makeable situation. What did he say to us the other day when we were talking to him? If it's 3rd and 10 or more, he goes, just punt. It's a waste of time. They're too fast on the defensive side, and you just cannot handle both defensive ends.
Coming off his first incompletion, had great respect for their speed. Fastest defense, he said, we'll see all season by a lot.
And it's more diverse now.
3rd and 6. That's Branch. Got the first. Had position on Hayden. Picks up 8. First down right at the 50.
In years past, they would double cover the wide receivers almost every time in these passing situations. But now, they play one-on-one. Tom Brady looks it off. He's going to Deion Branch all the way. Good job, good route, good timing. Hard to stop that.
4 completions to 4 different receivers. New set of downs here. And it's back to a little play action. And an open man, it's Branch. Down at the 32, picks up 18. Buffet tackles him.
Very good play action. Tom Brady under center. You get the extra blockers. What's it allow him to do? To throw the football down the field more. Deion Branch, what a route. Full speed, stop, and a strike.
Bill Belichick's team now back on the Colts side of the field. Coach Belichick, who began his career in coaching as a special assistant to Baltimore Colts head coach Ted Marchibroda back in 1975. And that's Green Ellis to the 30. Of course, since that time, he's amassed as a head coach from Cleveland on to New England 170 wins, which ties him with a man he knew quite well, a man who had great regard for Bill's father, Stephen. 170 wins with Paul Brown, sharing 12th. And a lot of people didn't catch this last week, but coming to Pittsburgh, he wore a fedora, tribute to Paul Brown, a man who he said was well ahead of his time. So professional in everything he did. A win today, and he would pull even with Joe Gibbs. 2nd down and 8. And that's Welker. They rule it a catch at the 19 for a first. Picks up 11.
Wes Welker sits in the hole. Nice adjustment. The throw's off target.
Brady goes hurry up. Goes Green Ellis. Picks up a nice chunk for 5. Anger takes him down at the 14.
Jim, I don't know if they went with the hurry up because they were worried about being challenged with an incomplete pass. But maybe you go in a hurry up to get this defensive line tired. Here it comes, Tom Brady. Boy, what an over-the-top throw motion. Wes Welker, he's got hands of steel. You shake his hand, you go, my gosh, no wonder you never dropped the pass.
Well, had they challenged it, I think it would have held up, no question. Even though it touched the ground, he had the hands underneath it. 2nd down and 5. And that's Woodhead for 4 yards.
This defense of the Colts, they are 29th in the NFL against the rush. Some of it has to do with it. They do struggle on it, but also you just don't want to throw it every down against their pass rush.
That'll probably close out the first quarter. Send us to the second with New England facing a 3rd and 1. Patriots lead it 7-0, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Jim Nance, Phil Simms back here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. 3rd and 1 to start the second quarter. Patriots up 7-0 on a Brady touchdown throw to Welker. New England trying to keep pace in the East with the Jets, who pulled one out at the end against a very porous Houston defense. What a disaster they are. Losing at the end again, just can't stop anybody. Crunch time. 3rd and 1. Sanchez, though, quite heroic again to Holmes. Brady has his first, and that's Welker. 1st and goal to go at the 3. Gain of 8.
Takes a lot of faith to be a wide receiver, and Tom Brady is a quarterback. To your left, wants to move, tight coverage, stick it in there. Tom Brady throws these short passes about as hard as anybody in the NFL, and it really helps the receivers out. One, they can get in their hands quicker, protect themselves at that time. Good job throwing it to the back hip so he doesn't lead him into trouble in a big hit.
1st and goal was empty for a minute. Woodhead comes back to flank Brady out of the gun. Now he'll shift him to the right side. Looks for Woodhead. Has it, but is drilled right away. Knocked down by Powers for no gain.
A lot of quick passes. Now this offense, Woodhead, one of the smaller guys in the whole NFL. Powers, good, solid hit. And when you watch this Patriots offense, Jim, they just do so much now. The play action fakes, all the screens, and of course this. Spread them out and put it in the hands of Tom Brady.
Crumpler wide to the left. Different look every down. 2nd and goal. Oh, and it's maybe a fumble here as Welker smartly covers it up.
I think it could be. Tom Brady threw a curveball. He tried to get it out of his hand so quick that he flipped it. This would be something I would challenge. Yeah, he definitely threw it. I don't think it. Jim, I thought it went forward.
I think it's definitely forward. But they are on the field ruling it as a backward pass, so it cost them 5 yards. That is something they could challenge, but they'll go ahead and play with it. 3rd and goal from the 8. Pass caught, and Hernandez is in for the touchdown. With 2 Colts draped on him, the youngest player in the league, Aaron Hernandez, finds the end zone from 8 yards out.
What a throw by Tom Brady. There's a safety in the middle. Look how quick he gets it out of his hand. 3 defenders around him. Hernandez to the inside. That's the guy you'd want to throw to when it's one-on-one coverage because he's got the most room to run to. Good choice, good throw.
Extra point is good, and that's career touchdown pass 244 for Brady. He's just tied John Hadle, 15th all-time NFL history touchdown throws. Well, last week it was the rookie Gronkowski, the tight end, who caught 3 touchdowns against the Steelers. Now it's time to get Hernandez back into the end zone, his 3rd of the year. He turned 21 just a couple of weeks ago. Youngest player in the NFL. Aaron Hernandez drafted in the 4th round out of Florida. 14-0. There's Graham kicks it again. James will come up for it to retrieve it at the 10. And he's tackled just across the 30. 20-yard run back. Colts really backed up early. Down 14. On 1st down, Mayo was blitzing. He got picked up, and White is thrown to for the first time. Reggie Wayne, that is. Reggie Wayne, not Blair White. And it's incomplete.
Really tight coverage, man-to-man. That time, and it's a delicate balance you have to have when you play this Colts offense. You got to blitz a little, you play some zones, know when you play zone defense that Peyton Manning's probably going to pick you apart, and then play some man-to-man coverage, make the throws tight like that last play.
Fakes to Brown over the top in the middle, and it's dropped. That was Austin Collie. I tell you, you really wonder when it goes across the middle of the field. That flashback of 2 weeks ago in Philadelphia.
Well, what happens if it's a play-action fake when you play the Colts? The rule is never go for it. Play pass all the way until you see the football handed off. They bid on the play-action fake. That's why Austin Collie was wide open.
That first drive, they had it on the New England side of the field before Merriweather made the interception. 3rd and 10. All kinds of time. Now throws it, and that's good for the first. Collie jumps up into the air to snag it for 14 at the 45.
Well, Peyton Manning's he's like a baseball player. He struck out a couple times, but he still trusts himself. So he's going to keep swinging at it, knowing sooner or later it's going to work. That was just an excellent job. Little pump fake. Good job by Austin Collie. See the gap between him and the safeties? He moves to his left, creates more space. Big first down.
It's Donald Brown. He's going to try to bounce outside. And it's got no gain written on it up the middle or even outside. But when you talk about Manning and what they had to go through to prepare for a game this week or last week, it's a different set of skill players, it seems like, every single Sunday. And what did he tell us last night? Just can't get enough reps with these guys.
Well, that's right. And, you know, that's the way he is. He likes a lot of practice, so everything is fine-tuned, as good as you can get it. So it would make you a little uncomfortable. You get to change your routine.
On 2nd and 10, it's Collie for 5 at the 50. I mentioned as Collie dropped that one across the middle a moment ago. This was 2 weeks ago at Philadelphia. Absolutely terrifying for a while. He was on the field, frozen for quite a while with his left arm up in the air. Concussion in the end is all it was. Missed last week. He was ready to play last week, according to Austin, but of course they weren't going to let him.
Well, you can see, Jim, they're taking him in and out, trying to limit his plays here in this game today.
He's already caught 5 balls. In the slot to the right, replacing him is Blair White. 3rd down and 5. And Garcon has good yardage. McCourty riding with him to the 33 for 17 and a first.
Well, that was a good job by Pierre Garcon. You got to be aggressive. It's all about the one that's the most physical wins, sells the route to the outside, gets his hands on McCourty, and then just a little push, gets it in the inside, wide open, good route.
Austin Collie right back in there. No, actually, Collie's still out. Beg your pardon. It's Blair White in the slot to the left. 4 wides, but they go run. And again, there's just nothing there. That's now 6 carries for the game. That one picks up a yard. And now they have 1 positive yard. 1 yard to the good on 6 rushes in the game.
Well, look, they know they're not going to win the game because they're going to run the football and overpower this New England defense. But they want to run it so they can respect it, and then Peyton Manning can keep them off balance. He said, hey, we challenged our offensive line, Donald Brown, the running back. Let's get some 4- and 5-yard runs. So far, none.
Donald Brown, of course, the first-round pick a year ago from down the road in Storrs, Connecticut. UConn giving chase after Manning, who escapes it and then throws it. And the catch is made by Donald Brown inside the 10. So the UConn Husky coming back to his home region catches that one for 26, but the big moment on that play was somehow Manning did not get sacked. He escaped it.
Well, you know, just a couple of different things. He's looking for him, I think, Jim, almost the whole way. He made the fake, was going to roll to his right and throw back to his left. He just didn't expect to be under so much pressure. But again, they're trying different things because of like what you talked about. They're down in personnel, so you change up to try to get some production.
Bantacane had the play on Manning. He was able to shrug it off. Back to Donald Brown, and Brown is down at the 1. That one good for 7.
You know, good hard run, quick snap count. That helps Donald Brown out. But you talked about all those. Wow, look at that hole from up top. You think he'd score. Jim, you talked about all the injuries, the receivers. And look, if you're a great quarterback, you adjust. And you know you got to play a different style. And I think the Colts and Peyton Manning, they've done that for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Look at this last-second shift change. 2nd and goal. The Patriots bring 5 out there at the last moment. Eric Foster, the fullback, trying to lead the way from Brown. And he is smothered inside the 1. No gain. They don't huddle here. They get right back to the line. 30. You see a sneak here? Play action fake. Toss. Caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Robinson.
Well, Jim, that was an excellent call. I think the New England Patriots defense, it is built. The way they do it, their defensive linemen hold offensive linemen up, let the linebackers run free. Look at the penetration. They know that. The defense is going to sell out anytime you're inside the one. It just takes courage to make this call. The Colts, they have it. Easy touchdown.
Gian Robinson, just his second catch of the season. Peyton's first touchdown pass in his last 88 throws. It was one of the longest droughts without a touchdown pass of his career. Picks it up on third down. 14-7 now, Patriots. Again with a different lineup out there every week. Manning had his longest drought without a touchdown throw as far as passes thrown since 2003. And it goes to Robinson. Down 14-0. That was an impressive drive by the Colts. McAfee keeps the head down for a long ways. Sends it to the 3. And that's Tate. Spinning away. Brandon Tate. Finally stopped by Cornelius Brown. 32-yard return. Manning frustrated for a moment, but he came back, set up Brown to get the touchdown, then to Robinson. Well, Manning with 128 pass yards, drives him down the field, connects with Robinson to make it a 14-7 game, and Brady on first down hands off to Green Ellis. Now that last series for New England, when they drove down the field, it was a 15-play drive directed by Brady.
Yeah, all the third downs they picked up. And look at it, the broken tackles. Every time these guys catch it, they're getting a few extra yards. Even there, 2 defenders, could have been down to 1. Nope. Hernandez gets in the end zone. That is the difference. One of the big differences I've seen in this Colts defense this year. I know the injuries, but the tackling, it has to be very good. That's how the defense is designed. Fast, get to the ball carrier, bring them down.
2nd and 4. Gronkowski. Look at him. Like a bowling ball. Just absolutely knocking down Colt players. Takes him down to the 34-yard line. Lacey was the first that he bounced off of, picks up 25.
Under the center, play action pass. When you're under the center as a quarterback in the National Football League, you can be deceptive. You can make the fakes. Nobody knows. Is it going to be a run? No, it's a pass. And then you have a 6'6" tight end.
Tight end who last week again caught 3 touchdowns. First Patriot rookie ever.
Sneaky fast. That's what he is.
To score 3 touchdowns in a game. First down from the 34 of the Colts. And there's another completion to Branch. Inside the 20.
Well, you can't stop that because that is a perfect throw. Understanding the defense, knowing where to put it as a quarterback. Outside technique by Powers. That's how he's supposed to play it. He has a safety in the middle. Tom Brady throws it low. Deion Branch protects the football and himself from the defender by just staying in front, going down and making the catch.
Good for 16. Green Ellis. Yeah, he's working hard, chugging along down to the 11. And a gain of 7. Tonight on 60 Minutes, U.S. agents got their man, considered one of the most dangerous in the world. But only 60 Minutes has the inside story about their elaborate international sting operation. Plus Mark Wahlberg, tonight only, CBS.
If you're a defender, Tom Brady gets under center, watch his body language. When it's a quick snap count, it's been a run every time.
A 2nd and 3.
He sees it's man-to-man coverage, Jim. That's why he changed it.
Looks left all the way, goes to Branch. Almost reeled it in. He knew he was running out of space at the back of that end zone, and he had Powers by a step.
Here's what happens. They were going to run it, but he sees one guy back, one-on-one here, so they said, hey, let's give him a little double move, the shake. He has him. Tom Brady just throws a almost perfect. He threw it on such a line that there was just no room for error. That's why Deion Branch's throw was about a yard too long.
They have not missed on third down so far. Face third again. 3rd and 3. Need to get to the 8. That's Woodhead, and that's close. First down, first and goal. Picked up the 3 they needed.
Colts doing more on defense. Look at this. Everybody up at the line of scrimmage, but then they bail. Tom Brady, good movement in the pocket. Again, the hit, the extra couple yards, another first down.
Tight ends Crumpler and Gronkowski to the right. And a shift Welker to that side as well. First and goal, they'll go run. With Green Ellis doubled up by Mathis. And Hagler in on the hit. Wheeler also.
You know, Jim, when I talk about this tackling, why it's so important, how this defense is built. You got to take Bob Sanders. Everybody used to talk, well, how could a safety be that important? To me, his importance was in the run game. When there was a run there and they were going to get 4 yards, that's the most they got. Now you see teams running the football. They're breaking tackles. The safety's not there to knock them down, and they're getting 10 and 12 yards on those runs.
Second and goal, and Green Ellis. Boy, he had a clear path. He had a lot of time to make a decision to find that end zone. Green Ellis, for the 7th time this year, runs it home, this time from 5 yards out.
Yeah, it's just the tempo of the Patriots. They're getting down. Tom Brady, quick snap counts. They're firing out.
When he got the handoff, he had time to decide, okay, which hole do I want to take? Little stutter here. Oh, okay, let's go this way.
Well, it's a good job by Logan Mankins. He just gets in the way of the middle linebacker, Angerer. You're right. Not many times in this league does a running back get multiple choice.
Graham for the PAT. And it's 21-7. 3 Patriot possessions and 3 touchdowns. Up 21-7. Well, Green Ellis takes it the final 5 yards. Ben Jarvis, young man out of New Orleans who went to Ole Miss. Undrafted. Patriots saw that talent. They nabbed him, signed him right after that draft of 08. He's become the featured back this year. James bobbles it. And again, they cannot start a drive. 3 out of 4 times stuck somewhere around the 15.
Tom Brady, when you give quarterbacks in this league big windows to throw into, they are not going to miss their targets. Tom, look at the sidelines. Now he can see, knows he's not going to be fooled by the defense. No pressure around his feet. And the one thing about all those throws, right on target, where the receiver can catch it, protect himself, and run with it as he's catching it.
Dane Fletcher made the tackle on the kick return. Colts backed up again from the 15. Manning's throw is caught. That is Reggie Wayne with the catch. His first catch, Phil, goes for 12.
Well, you know, usually Peyton Manning doesn't come back to Reggie Wayne when there's 2 defenders on his side like that. But Peyton Manning did it, and Reggie Wayne was like, wow, I think he was surprised to see the football.
And a change at running backs. Javaris James, first cousin of Edgerrin James. He is knocked back for a yard loss. All that coming up at halftime. 2nd and 10. And Wayne with a second catch. And that's maybe just short of the first. Mayo stops him half yard shy. Now look, Collie on the sideline, his uniform. Saw him come off the field a couple of possessions ago, and someone came over and took his helmet away. Still feeling the effects from 2 weeks ago. Someone had to take the helmet away to keep him off the field. 2-minute warning. Little full moon over Massachusetts.
Well, that describes your actions this weekend.
I was about to jump on you there, pal. 3rd and 1 at the 2-minute mark. Down 2 touchdowns, and James. Well, the ball is backed up for a moment. It's Mayo. The ball ever with the forward progress. They give him the first down. Out to the 38. Now this is a Indianapolis offense going against the Patriot defense that's we've chronicled a number of times. Very young.
Very young, 30th in the NFL against the pass.
A lot of categories worst in franchise history.
To me, I think the biggest reason, they cannot pressure the passer on a consistent basis.
Well, they got to Manning just as he released that one. James holds on for a gain of 4. That was Ninkovich who hit Manning.
Yeah, Peyton Manning's original read is not covered. We've seen a little bit more of this here of late. So when you hold that football and you wait a split second, that allows that pressure to get there.
It's a 2nd and 7. And Blair White, that's enough for the first at the 49. Timeout called by the Colts, still with 2 remaining. 58 seconds to go in the half, trying to trim that 14-point New England lead. This is the Patriots defense. It's young and it's aggressive. It has stepped up at some crucial times this year, like late in the game against Baltimore, a game they won in overtime. But worst ever franchise history, completion percentage, pass yards a game, total yards a game. Manning's hit 9 consecutive, 15 of 20 on the game, 75%.
And they're 7-2.
Yep. They turned over that roster on that defensive side. 1st and 10, and that's over the outstretched arm of Jacob Tamme. Sprint halftime report again headed your way with JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher. The 1 o'clock game recaps, updates on the late games. The Saints up on Seattle. And other action, all the latest coming up back at Studio 43 in New York. 4 consecutive games scoring in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Will they do it again today? 54 seconds, setting up screen to James. What a block on Wilford. And James has a first at the 40, ridden down by Ninkovich. Mayo also in on the hit. Flag down. And it's coming back. It's going to be a hold against the Colts. Wipes out the 11-yard pass play.
Holding. Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Center, number 63, Jeff Saturday. From behind, Patrick Chung. Good call. You see these screens, the quick passes by the Colts. That's their running game. They're having no success handing the football off, so they're trying to get some cheap yards a different way, so you do it with the quick passes and screens.
It'll be 2nd and 15. On the sideline, they hit Wayne. And they actually spot that forward progress to the 40. That's good for a first. Pass play of 17 yards. Timeout, Colts. Ball at the 40. Adam Vinatieri, the all-time scorer in Patriot history, warming up for a possible field goal attempt. What happened on that last throw?
Well, top of your screen, watch. Reggie Wayne drives it off. He catches it, and you say, well, he gets out of bounds. Well, because he was going backwards, your forward progress is deemed stopped, so the clock keeps moving. That's why the Colts had to call the timeout.
He caught it at the 40. They give him an extra yard on the spot at the 39. Even at the 40, it was good for the first. First down on the slant, back to Wayne. Oh, he squeezes out of the jam. Inside the 20 and down at the 11. He went low. He went underneath Arrington. Picks up 28. Guyton is finally the one to bring him down. They got 1 timeout to play with. Clock running at 15. Man, back to the end zone, and Tamme almost able to bring that one home.
Well, it was a good fake. I think there's no question. Jacob Tamme, let's see if he gets a little double move. No, he just goes right around Guyton, and he mistimed his jump.
Yep. He was on the way down, was Tamme.
Since Collie is not in the game, Peyton Manning has really been going towards Reggie Wayne.
As a timeout on the New England side. Still have not gotten any official word from the Colts bench about Austin Collie, but no doubt groggy after a couple of hits in this game, just a couple of weeks removed from that concussion. So what do you think their play is here? Colts with one timeout, 9 seconds. What, you got one throw to the end zone, maybe two?
Well, what you do, there's no question, I think New England's defense will be conservative. Bill Belichick told us that this Colts offense, they are great inside the 20-yard line because they have so many plays built up over the years. So you overplay it, they'll double move you, go into the end zone.
To the end zone and caught. Are the feet down? Yes, is the ruling on the field. Touchdown, Reggie Wayne. 11 yards to Reggie Wayne. It had been a while since Wayne had found the end zone.
I know one thing. The second half, this New England defense is going to pay attention to Reggie Wayne a lot more. Left foot's in, right foot's in. It's an easy catch. He has possession. And that is one perfect throw by Peyton Manning. Brandon Merriweather misjudged the angle. Went underneath instead of trying to come over the top.
Reggie's first touchdown catch on the road in his last 5 road games. He had only 1 touchdown in his last 7 overall. That's an 85-yard drive in 3.5 minutes. Five games in a row, scoring in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Well, it's just the 2-minute offense. Here's the other thing, too, Jim. When you're playing the Colts, you lose track of down and distance and really the scope of the game because you're so worried about their pace. They have so many things. At Peyton Manning, you go, oh, I believe sometimes defensive players don't realize if it's second long, third yard, they don't know because they're working so hard to stay up there and think of their assignments and the guy they got to cover during a no-huddle offense. And of course, the other thing is, too, when you're on the defensive side, you're always on edge, so it burns energy. It's tough.
So Peyton throws a pick on the first possession of the game, comes back, and by halftime has 211 yards throwing and a pair of touchdowns, including that one with just 4 seconds to go in the half. See if they keep it away from the dangerous Tate, who has 2 runbacks this year. And that's what they do. And a knee taken right there by Algie Crumpler at the 35.
You know, you see Algie Crumpler take a knee. You know, sometimes in these situations, I'm sure they've been coached up too by Scott O'Brien, the special teams coordinator, and Bill Belichick. Turn, give it to the guy who can score, and make that the last play of the first half.
Not going to try anything here as they drop back Welker to protect the clean exchange just in case. A kneel down ends it.
That touchdown, of course, that gives your team tremendous energy going in the locker room.
Well, it was 14-0 at one time. The 21-7, the 21-14. These two stars driving their teams up and down the field. 21-14 at the intermission, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. New England leads it, will receive the second half kick. And let's take a look at the points of protection presented by Allstate. 14 different receivers combined in this game. No sacks. Third down conversions, almost automatic. We have 1 punt in the first half, Phil.
Yeah, you go in at halftime, and both coaches looked at their teams. They go, offense, you're doing great. Now, defense, what can you do to fix or to help both defenses?
Comes to Tate at the 9. Tries to cut outside, still on his feet, then stumbles at the 26. So, well, one time it looked like the way Brady was marching up and down the field, and up 14 on a couple of occasions. Might be a big Patriot day, but Manning, he came right back himself and took the Colts down the field.
I think you said it all. It's about protecting the quarterback. Both teams have done it very well. And when these two quarterbacks, when you say the word great, it does apply to them. When they get time, they're going to be extremely accurate throwing the football down the field. Not only you're accurate, Jim, but your decision making is always going to be correct.
So the Patriots come out at the 27-yard line. So Chip Vaughn helped off the field for Indianapolis. A little toss to Welker. Good for 8. Manning 19 of 26. Touchdown pass to Robinson. Touchdown pass to Wayne. Brady, meanwhile, only 2 misfires. Touchdown throws to Welker and to Hernandez.
You know, we had a chance last night to talk to Antoine Bethea, the safety for the Indianapolis Colts. He said when they spread their offense out, we know it's going to be a quick pass, so we should have tighter coverage.
Green Ellis steps up and over one player on the field, and that move makes it a 2-yard gain and good for the first. So first 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, perfect on 3rd down. How about that? Not a penalty in the first half, not a sack allowed, not a giveaway.
Tremendous game plan, good execution. The 2 tackles, we haven't talked much about them so far. Matt Light on one side and Sebastian Vollmer on the other. They have handled Dwight Freeney and Mathis.
Look out, here comes Freeney, just right on cue to get the sack. He spun around Matt Light.
That's right. And you hear it talked about all the time, coming from the left. He got into Matt Light's body, and once Dwight Freeney does that, right away he's going for the spin. See, he's not worried about staying outside, keeping containment. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, their job is to always go towards the quarterback.
7th sack of the year for Freeney, number 91 all-time in that category at the Colts. Woodhead out to the 37.
Well, Dwight Freeney in the first half with a lot of different ways to block him. Have the tight end in his way, double teaming. That time it was the tight end, Algie Crumpler. And of course, probably the best way is to have your quarterback get rid of the football quick, keep him off balance. I think that's what the Patriots did very well in the first half.
It's been interesting this season. When Freeney gets one, Mathis usually is right behind him. That happened again last week against Cincinnati. 3rd and 10. That's the first time Brady's been decked in 89 pass plays. Quick throw, Branch, well short of the first. That one good for 3 yards.
Well, there's no question. You talk about this Colts football team. A couple words that people just don't say enough of. One thing, they're tough. And that's been proven many times. We just think of a Peyton Manning. And the other thing is they are battle tested. They play for the full 60 minutes every week.
Zoltan Mesko gets to punt for the first time in this game. To the 15 to James with a flag down. And Patrick Chung rides out of bounds with him at the 17. That's a 44-yard boot.
During the kick, holding number 38 of the kicking team. Penalty is half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. Correction, the holding is on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down, Indianapolis. Timeout.
I'm going to say half the distance to the goal will be about a 40-yard penalty. But it's going against the Colts. Down 7. Austin Collie done for the day. Still after effects from that concussion. Bounced around in that first half. Had to go through a lot of tests to be allowed to step back onto the field today. Passed them. But he was shaken up on the very first series of the game when he caught 3 balls. First down from the 8 with Donald Brown. Cunningham comes back to hold him to a yard.
I think listening to the studio at halftime, they were talking about the Colts, that they got to at least try to run the football. I think they are. And I think, like I said, I think some of their screens, that's their way of trying to run the football outside too. But Peyton Manning knew that it was going to be extremely tough to run against this front seven of the New England Patriots.
2nd and 9. Out of the backfield to Brown. 1 yard shy of the first. How, when you were fighting a little laryngitis as a quarterback, how did you call the signals? I'm sure there had to be a few occasions.
No, I don't remember ever losing it.
So you just saved it for us.
Yeah, I did it for you. That's right.
We appreciate you hanging in there. Listed as questionable coming in.
It's still very questionable.
We worked him out before the game. Went through some verbal calisthenics. He passed. 3rd and 1. Try to get it with Brown. He's got it. Gain of 2. Still plays out for a while. Gain of 3, actually. The new NFL.com mobile apps. You can stay in the game no matter where you are this holiday season. Go to NFL.com/mobile and download the apps today. Now, this drive started back inside the 10. It's happened barring taking away one kneel down, as you see Vaughn being taken to the locker room 6 times this year. Manning started inside his own 10. 4 of the 6 times he drove down the field for scores. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. New set of downs from the 19, and that's Donald Brown for 4.
I think, too, the confidence the Colts have in Donald Brown, they're gaining it. He's getting these extra repetitions in the games, in practice. And I think what the other thing is, Peyton Manning said it right. He's getting much better in the pass game, knowing who to block, but maybe more importantly, which we saw the play before, is catching the football and doing those little things to keep drives going.
Peyton today is 202nd consecutive start since day 1 back in '98 without a miss. He's only missed 1 snap due to injury in his career. That's Tammy, and he bounces around, makes the move to pick up the first.
As this game goes along, Peyton Manning's getting more space, nobody around him. His whole career, one of his trademarks, he can make a decision, he can get it out of his hand.
Jim Caldwell in his first matchup as a head coach, they're going to measure for the first. Last year against the Patriots, first matchup against the Patriots, he saw his team score 2 touchdowns in the last 2.5 minutes to win that thriller 35-34 back in Indianapolis last November.
I think the other thing about Jim Caldwell, he really likes what his football team is doing. He goes, we are handling the adversity of our injuries and the situations we're in, we're handling very well. So that's what you teach your football team. This game is about adversity. If you can't handle it well, you have no chance of winning.
Next man up is the mantra around that Colts locker room. As Donald Brown picks up 2 on first down. And again, Austin Collie done for the rest of this one. Got hit in the head right there. Got that one out to the 50, a 28-yard gain in the first quarter. He was groggy after that. Sitting alongside Adam Vinatieri now on that Colts bench. Javaris James is the running back, 2nd down and 8. Tammy knocked back by Guyton after the catch for 5. Jacob Tammy, he's caught a lot of balls since taking over for Dallas Clark. They also have Tom Santee out for the year, another tight end. Not as physical, not as big out there, though, as Clark when it comes to like blocking running plays.
Yeah, well, no, more importantly, Jim, blocking pass rushers when Peyton Manning sees a blitz. keep him in there, let him block the pass rusher so he can throw it down the field to somebody else. Different look by New England's defense.
3rd and about 2. And that's Tammy with the first down. And they move it over to the New England side at the 47. 15 yards gain on a 3rd down play.
Well, they had the perfect play on that time. Tammy delays, goes across. Mayo does not pick him up. They confused who had who. There's 2 defenders there. There are 2 receivers. When they cross, who's got the inside guy, who's got the outside? That's why he was wide open.
Tammy with 3 catches on this drive as James is stuffed, maybe good for a yard.
You know, even though these running plays are not getting any yards, it gives their defense time to sit on the bench, of course. And maybe the most important thing, Jim, it keeps your offensive line aggressive. It keeps them, you know, fighting. And I think Bill Cowher said it best, too, at halftime. And it lets your wide receivers get a break and be rested up for the next pass play.
Amazing how many times these 2 have squared off. Not in the same division. They were up until 2001. But they keep running parallel to one another inside their own divisions, thus getting matched up again the following year. 2nd and 9. And that's Garcon off the fingertips. Chung was in on the hit and others. Now they finished from 2003 through 2007. They both finished atop their division. But in 08, they both finished 2nd. So they again got matched up the next year. Last year back to 1st position again. So that's why we have them squaring off year after year. 6th consecutive year in the month of November they meet. And now facing 3rd and 9. Manning from the 47 of New England. Manning on the run, throws it incomplete. That was Garcon trying to twist and turn around for it. McCourty on the coverage. McAfee will punt for the 2nd time today.
Yeah, no matter who you are as a defense, going against Peyton Manning, you got to keep changing it up on the defensive side. And finally, at the end of that drive, these last 2 plays, the New England defense showing some different looks. Their disguise was very good, and it caused 2 incompletions.
McAfee, who is actually their emergency 3rd-string quarterback, gets some significant hang time here, and 34-yard boot to Welker, who runs out of bounds near the 20. That was a 6-minute drive that changed field position. Brady and the Patriots lead by 7. MetLife bled circling around the skies of Foxborough, Massachusetts, providing our aerial coverage, looking down on the Patriots home field, where New England is 4-0 at home this season. Leads here by a touchdown from the 21 to Branch, and a 4-yard pass play. Wrapped up quickly by Powers.
Yeah, look at the passing yards by the by the Colts. New England having some success, I think, when they're running the football. It's been productive, keeps them in really good situations, so they don't have to deal with these 2 defensive ends.
Got Woodhead in the backfield here. 2nd and 6. And a run it with Woodhead. Well, he just keeps moving for 5. He's about a yard shy of the 1st.
I would think Danny Woodhead gets lost behind the offensive lineman. You're a linebacker, or somebody's looking for the runner to go and attack. How are you going to find him? Standing right behind him in there. And the other thing we've noticed, Jim, I know he's small, but for a small guy, he sure breaks his share of tackles.
Broke away from Foster that time. And that's Sammy Morris converting on 3rd and 1 for the 2nd time today. Morris for 3. Tomorrow, television's #1 news show, Hawaii Five-0, a bank heist. In broad daylight, and the suspects are multiplying. Hawaii Five-0 tomorrow. America's #1 network. First down for the Patriots at the 34. It's Green Ellis. Straight ahead for 3.
Tell you the other thing I've noticed so far in this game, Jim. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, they have played, I think, every play of this game. I've been looking for them to come out. Against the run, tight end to his side, Algie Crumpler. Big, excellent run blocker to tight end position.
Usually they'll shift around a little bit.
It's a different look. This Colts defense, this is not what it was 2 years ago.
2nd and 7. And that's Woodhead. Francisco takes him out of bounds, but another first down.
Tom Brady, get rid of it quick. Just did that time. The pressure defense came at him. They had the right play on. Quick out by Woodhead against Aaron Francisco, the safety. So good play. And look at that pressure get there. And that's the one thing Tom Brady said to us about the Colts defense. It's not like the one we played 2 years ago. Larry Coyer, the new defensive coordinator, he does a lot more. They're not afraid to blitz, and they play a lot of different coverages now.
Green Ellis to the 50 for 4 yards. Brady had his first 300-yard game of the season last Sunday night against the Steelers. In fact, only the 3rd time in his career where he threw for at least 350, did not get picked, did not get sacked. It was some efficient offensive showing by the Patriots, pummeling Pittsburgh in that one.
He's had a lot of great passing days against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Remember years ago, first game of the year up here, I think Bill Cowher was the head coach. 20-some straight throws to start the game.
Yeah, I remember that. Just kept going. He kept thinking, got to run it this time. No, not this time, next time. That's Branch rolling for the first down.
He knows he's got to be touched. Looks like it's a running play, but look how far the corner is off. Kelvin Hayden so far off that Tom Brady, it's a run to the left or a quick throw to Branch to the right. That's being alert, showing you're a veteran player. Get that extra yard or 2.
Yeah, he got actually 2 yards just rolling around. Had they downed him right on the catch, he'd been a yard shy of the first. Instead, he set it down, and Woodhead tackled by Powers, but another 7 as the Patriots are back in rhythm on offense.
Yeah, everybody talks about the Colts grinding out. Look at the blocking. Oh, man, Matt Light, excellent job. Connolly comes around, gets the block. Gronkowski kicks out Dwight Freeney. It's a highlight reel on how to get all the blocks, get in position, and get 7 yards.
2nd down, 2nd and 3. Woodhead again, staying so low, no one sees him. Still not down. Danny Woodhead takes it home for the touchdown. What a brilliant run. Six yards to the end zone for Danny Woodhead.
He's just a tremendous athlete. A little wham block to the inside. The defense, everybody collapsed. Woodhead sees it, breaks to the outside, and he's just such a terrific athlete, Jim. Can play all the sports. The balance, it all came. We saw it all that time on that run.
Graham, good again. Back to a 14-point margin. The man who was on the Jets roster for a while, on and off for a couple of years. They cut him after week 1 this year. Patriots sign him. You got to think he's here to stay. Well, New England, the beneficiary of the longest rush of the season by Danny Woodhead, 36 yards. And for the 3rd time in this game, they have a 14-point lead.
New England's drive, it was like a drive you would see down in the RCA Dome down in Indianapolis. Quick, short passes, run the football, keep the situations in your favor.
This kick angled over to the 14. James is twisted down. Danny Woodhead comes right off the touchdown to be the first man down the field. and make the special teams tackle. The game, as it's known, up this way for the 127th time. Harvard-Yale yesterday up this way. Harvard again for the 4th straight year, the victor. Maybe this, though, is the game. So often has much to do with sorting out seedings at the top of the AFC come postseason. Manning operating down 14. It's Blair White for about 4. Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, likes to take in a college game every year. Last year he went to the Swamp down in Florida to check that out. Yesterday went over to Michigan Stadium to watch the Wolverines in Wisconsin. Wanted to see what that was like before 100,000. Now behind him, Dream On, Phil. Steven Tyler.
Yep, great song. Of course, he had a lot of great songs.
And a great roller coaster, by the way, down in Orlando. 2nd and 5. Manning with the long ball, but no one there but McCourty. Interception, New England. Garcon was the receiver on that side. Devin McCourty, the rookie, has his 3rd pick of the year. 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Peyton has just been picked for the 2nd time today. What are you reading into his reaction to that last throw?
Well, I think there was a gray area between what he was thinking and Pierre Garcon was thinking, and it was a very good disguise by New England's defense. That's what caused the interception.
Green Ellis, patient, running down that left-hand side for about 5. Manning already looking at the stills of that one. Disgust, throws it away. The quarter ends 28-14 New England. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 1 touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Woodhead running it in from 36 out. But you saw Peyton as we were going to the break, Phil, and your read into that.
Well, he looked at those coverages, and you could see the disgust because he knew the Patriots defense fooled him. And all they talked about was having disguise, and they've had some pretty good disguise here in the 2nd half.
Green Ellis to start the 4th quarter to the Indianapolis 39.
Jim, let's go back and look at the interception, which could turn this game around. Peyton Manning thinks it's a 2-deep defense. So if it is, Garcon's going to run this way. But in fact, it's a 4-deep defense. And so Garcon does the right thing. And what gives it away, if you watch McCourty, who's going to intercept the pass, he turned and ran when the ball was snapped. It's a fine line, but when you're trying to dual read it, you're going to make mistakes like that.
Antoine Bethea shaken up. We'll be right back. Well, Antoine Bethea lacing up the shoes over on the Colts bench, shaken up a moment ago. Mike Newton has replaced him. Newton recovered a fumble to close out the Cincinnati victory last week. The Colts victory over Cincinnati, that is. On 1st down from the 40. Welker. Good for 9. 2nd and 1. Green Ellis has the 1st down.
They've shown enough.
Well, just when you think San Francisco's turning it back around off a couple of wins at home, down big. And now it's Green for another 3. Baltimore, but you've got Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans. A lot of strength there. Brady to Branch, his 7th catch, down to the 11-yard line. Deion Branch, his longest of the day, 14 yards.
Really good play action that time by the Patriots. It's 2 receivers. Look here. If he's not open, look there. Tom Brady, everybody stays in and blocks. Look at that protection. And perfect throw. Good. That's how you get the football down the field against this Colts defense. They are doing a terrific job. But Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, they are very close to getting there.
From the 11, Woodhead. Buffet right back into the game, makes the tackle along with Anger.
This is one diverse offense. The number of plays that they have at their disposal now each week, it is awesome. And we're seeing it all on display here again one more time. And I've said it. Yeah, I know it might not be as exciting because the names, Randy Moss is not there anymore. But what they can do now, I believe, is much tougher against defenses than what they used to do the previous couple years when he was always in the shotgun.
2nd and 7, Green Ellis. Looked like there was a hole for a moment, but it was plugged in a hurry by Anger. They can pick up the first at the 1. It'll be 3rd down coming up. That's interesting what you say there. You think they got more options now?
Oh, absolutely. The fact you're seeing the toughness of the offensive line. They do run the football. They keep the attempts in there, even when it's not successful. And Jim, the play action passes. That's the difference. You know, when you play the Colts and you don't have these formations and the threat of a run, that's why they've struggled so much in the pass. They can't block them long enough in the passing game.
They've got Edelman in the game now. He's on a wing to the left. 3rd and 5. Brady. Oh, he was going to Edelman. Incomplete. Through his fingers.
Yep, it happened so fast that Tom Brady lost a little bit of control of this football. And when you throw him inside like this, it's got to be to the body and hard. Boy, that was hard.
He can put a little velocity on those throws, can't he?
Yeah, that was when you're going to throw it that hard, it has to be perfect. If it's offline by 1 foot, that's what happens. The receivers are most likely going to miss it.
Shane Graham, once a Pro Bowl kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals, 5th most accurate all time from 25, and the kick is good. By the way, last year, early in the 4th, New England led 31-14 before the Colts came back to win it. Our score now, 31-14. Back with 10:23 to go here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. The Patriots lead it, trying to improve to 8-2 on the year. They have 2 games now in a 96-hour stretch, essentially. They'll be on Thanksgiving Day at Detroit. We'll have it for you. This is Javaris James out to the 27. 16-yard return. Home Depot SEC on CBS. Be heating up during the holiday. Friday, Auburn, and Alabama. The Iron Bowl, they call it. A lot riding on that one. And LSU and Arkansas on Saturday. It all gets started, of course, with the TIAA Prep College Football today. Timmy V, Spencer Tillman in the studio. Big action Friday and Saturday on CBS. Wayne across the middle. And dives for 11. Brought down by Butler.
It's a favorite play. A lot of people around the NFL try to copy this play, and they call it Indy. The receiver coming underneath.
Tammy this time, doubled up by Mayo and Sanders. Good for 6.
And for New England in a situation like this, just be a good tackler. Don't give up the extra yards. Let them complete the short ones, tackle them, let the clock keep moving.
Knocked down by Chung. That was thrown toward Blair White. What have you seen out of Peyton today?
Well, a lot of emotion, because I think he knows the way this game, the good, the bad, the way this game unfolded early, he knew that they were going to be almost special on offense to hang in there.
Donald Brown, he has a big lane inside the 40. And McCourty finally fights off a block down the field. Brown out of bounds at the 36-yard run. Garcon with that block, that late block.
Yeah, good blocking up front. Jeff Saturday gets the good block, and then just a tremendous job by Donald Brown cutting across. The last thing you would expect to give up in a situation like this is a long run if you're the Patriots defense.
Payton to White down at the 11. So they hurry up. White, not sure he was touched, but he was.
Patriots playing the clock, but giving up that big play really changes the scenarios. If the Colts score pretty quick here, they could give themselves a chance to get 2 more possessions in this game.
Back to the ground with Brown. To the 5. Good for 7.
Good call that time, running the draw. Everybody expecting the pass. Defensive linemen playing high. They get blocked much easier.
Got a 1st and goal. And the clock running, nearing the 8-minute mark. Across the middle and pulled in with one hand. Blair White with the touchdown. Got past Patrick Chung there, Phil.
Well, no inside help. A couple good runs by Donald Brown. That makes the defense think, okay, this could be another run. And really, a good job by Blair White, faking like he's going to go inside and block. That's way when he goes to the back of the end zone. Look at that. Nobody covering him.
Well, that didn't take long to cover 73 yards. Big one, the 36-yard run by Donald Brown. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to put a touchdown on the board. First points of the second half for the Colts. Mannick's 3rd touchdown pass of the day. You know that crying you're hearing faintly from the studio back in New York? Our man Dan Marino, he just saw Peyton move past him. 2nd all time in 3 touchdown game performances.
Dan Marino wouldn't cry.
No, actually, I don't think Dan cared. Dan the man.
Yeah, he had a pretty good career.
He had a great one. Sammy Morris. Slashed at the 23. Wednesday on Showtime inside the NFL. Don't miss it. Cable's longest running show. 3 guys with an attitude. And 1 other guy.
Yeah, I smile. You know why I smile, don't you?
What's that?
Because I win all the contests.
You do?
Yeah. You know, so I'm happy.
Like picking games?
Picking games, whatever it is.
Well,
arguing.
Mike Lombardi, who also, of course, is on the show, is the guy that gives you all the picks, though, isn't it?
He helps me. I'm not a, you know, it's okay if you go out and ask for outside information when you're trying to make judgment calls.
Shotgun, 1st down from the 23. The lead at 10. Boy, they're coming in quickly. Freeney. And Tom just unloaded it.
Yeah, they can't sit back. They can't sit back and say, we'll give you a 1st down or 2. Nobody is deep. Everybody is up. So Tom Brady knows there's going to be an unblocked guy. So he's throwing to his left. The unblocked guy is right in his way. That's Dwight Freeney. That's the one thing we did say. This Colts defense, they're a little more versatile than they've been in the past.
You better be resilient right now. 2nd and 10. Woodhead takes the draw for about 6. Woodhead had that touchdown run earlier in the 3rd.
Yeah, he's behind this mess. You can't see him. The block by Conley, the guard. Brings him to the outside.
Got an injury on the field. Jacob Lacey is down. We'll be right back. Well, Lacey injured. Still has the helmet on. As if he wants to come back after one more snap, but maybe they won't need him if their defense can make a play here. That's Cornelius Brown in for him. Big play with 7:25 to go.
Big play, yes. I think you got to bring pressure. Looks like they're going to.
3rd and 4. Brady's pass incomplete. He went to Branch, and that was Brown, who was just inserted into the game, who knocked it out of his hands.
The Colts did bring the pressure. Good job picking it up. Gives Tom Brady time to go outside to Deion Branch. That's just good coverage.
So a 3 and out for New England. And Mesco.
Beautiful.
And to James at the 25. Spins away from the first tackle. And a hard-earned 5-yard return off a 45-yard punt. And it still has life down 10. And with the football, hey, Thanksgiving Day will be in Detroit. The holiday tradition continues. Brady and the Patriots take on the likes of Calvin Johnson, the Detroit Lions. New England, Detroit, and a special Thanksgiving edition of the NFL Today starts it off 12 noon Eastern time here on CBS. Of course, we'll have the Phil Simms All-Iron Award winner. Fans will get to vote on that during the game. We'll look forward to sharing the holiday with all of you. Swing pass over to James. Javaris James. It's about a 10-yard pickup out of that, maybe 11.
Jim, it's hard to sit back and play that waiting game against this Colts offense. I think you got to be aggressive. The Patriots set back the last drive, and the Colts went right down the field. Look at that. They scored, got the ball back. They still have 3 timeouts and over 6.5 minutes to go.
That last pass play put Peyton over 300 for the day. That's Garcon for about 4. It's interesting. Garcon's been hurt all year, nagging hamstring, but has not been quite the complimentary player with Wayne that a lot of people thought off that sensational postseason he had that he would have been this year. Hasn't been the deep threat you were looking for in a lot of circles. There's Tammy to the 49 and a first.
No, he hadn't, Jim. And I think he's dropped some big passes in games so far this year. That's hurt him. You know, you got to look at Gonzalez. He's out with injury. Dallas Clark out with injury. And, of course, Austin Collins. Sometimes when you change the order of the receivers, the guy that's your third receiver, you move him up to second, all of a sudden he's not as good.
Back to James. And that is a wrestling move by Mayo to hold it to 3. We've got a Patriot player down. It's Mike Wright. And as the trainers come out, we'll head to a break. With 5:45 to go in this one, and Indianapolis driving again. Mike Wright appears to be okay. He walked off without help to the Patriot bench, but Indianapolis, again, like we saw the last possession, moving and efficiently in a hurry, Phil.
They are, Jim. I think it's a tough position for the Patriots. But Tom Brady, he knows. He's been in so many battles with Peyton Manning. You can't even watch. You just pace up and down the sidelines and you want to go. Somebody make a play. And I think the Patriots, to make the play, it's going to have to be from the blitz. Their pass rush, just 4 guys coming. They are not getting there quick enough. No sacks against Peyton Manning today.
Banta Kane ready to pounce. 2nd down and 7. Wilfork drops him for a loss of 1.
Vince Wilfork is the best in the NFL when it comes to taking on blocks and then getting off of them and making the tackles. They put him on the defensive line wherever they think the other team wants to run the football.
Actually a loss of 2. It's 3rd and 9. Going sideline, and Garcon able to make the grab. He was tangled up with McCourty. He got the hands free at the last second for 18 yards. And we got a little shove and a flag. It's going to go against New England as Devan was knocked down well after the whistle. It's going to be the first flag of the game against New England.
He did get hit, but I think that was some acting job to go along with it. It knocked him down, and he turned over.
Well, some catch, too, by the way, by Garcon.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, defense number 95. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Ball on Banta came. Look at midfield.
Here it is. That's right. Look at it, midfield. Here comes the push. That was pretty good. That would have knocked anybody down.
Tully coming in to defend his teammate Warren.
But that was an excellent throw, Jim. Throw and catch. You said it. Peyton Manning threw it behind the receiver. He came back, made the catch.
Manning to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown for the second time in this quarter. It's Blair White. 18 yards and a touchdown, and it's down to a one-possession game.
They were making these throws early in the game to Austin Collie. Then they went away from it because he was out. They threw it to Reggie Wayne. Number 15, Blair White in the slot. He just outruns Chung for the football, and it's another perfect throw by Peyton Manning.
He's beaten Chung both occasions. 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Remember the 31-14 comeback of a year ago? Now it's 31-28 now.
I do remember it. When you said it earlier, I said, oh, come on. 17 points down. I didn't say it. I was thinking it.
Yep.
The middle of the field open. Boy, what a catch.
What a catch.
All 3 of them. The defense, the middle of the field opened up because they figured, okay, he's going to throw it to Pierre Garcon or Reggie Wayne. Nope, down the middle to Blair White.
Blair White was a walk-on at Michigan State, and his quarterback for 3 of his 4 years. He was an academic All-Big Ten player, but signed as a free, undrafted by the Colts. Comes off the practice squad at Michigan State. His quarterback for 3 years there, right there, number 8 for the Patriots, Brian Hoyer, Brady's backup.
Yep.
White putting on a show in front of his old teammate and quarterback. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. We have 4:46 to go. Brandon Tate with 2 touchdown returns this season. One off the Raymond Claiborne Patriot record. And he's going to run it out from 3 deep. This time not a good decision. Only to the 15. The lineup tonight on CBS, all new, and it begins with 60 Minutes, followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race, Undercover Boss, and CSI Miami. Only CBS.
You know, everything that the Colts didn't do last week on offense, when they had the opportunities, they couldn't throw and catch. Most of the time, the guys were not getting open. Well, they've recovered. More practice time this week. It shows. The throwing and catching, it's as good as I've seen.
Dean Ellis. Big alley to go through. And a first down out to the 29. A rush of 14. This is the game a year ago. Of course, everyone remembers this. The stop. And Coach Belichick went for it on 4th and 2. And then Manning to Wayne for the winner. 2 touchdowns in the final 2:30 to win it at 35-34. Green Ellis on that left side this time for 2.
Well, the difference between this drive and the last drive for the New England Patriots, and now the Colts defense, because they've got to within 3, they still have the 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They don't have to gamble. They played them straight up. But when they did play aggressive defense the last series, Jim, it worked very well for them. So that has to give them confidence. They're going to be aggressive right here, it looks like.
Sammy Morris in the backfield. Another carry between Ellis. There's not much there, just a yard. Pushed back by Philip Wheeler. So another one of those crucial third down situations coming up.
A lot of these Colt defenders, they have played a lot of snaps today. The linebackers, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis. They're all big games, but this is special. They know this could really affect the playoff scenarios.
Colts trying to win to stay a game ahead of Jacksonville in the AFC South. A 3rd and 7 here. Need to get to the 39 for the first. And Brady's pass almost intercepted. Bounced right off the hands of Tywan Hagler.
Tom Brady never saw him. I didn't see him either. Look down the middle. He's waiting for him to come across. Oh, and Hagler lets Edelman go, stops. And that's what almost causes the interception. What a job by him, passing the receiver off, and then watching the quarterback and getting in the way of the throw.
Still, the Colts are getting the football back with all 3 timeouts. They yielded 1 first down on that series by the Patriots and then a stop. James with the fair catch at the 26. The 224, it's Manning to Wayne. And it's Mayo on the hit at the 30.
Yep, that's their drive starter. What a way to come out. The Indy pass, throw it underneath. They hit it at such a high percentage. It gets the drive going, gives them confidence.
And a quick look at Adam Vinatieri on the bench. That's Tammy twisting off the tackle and stepping out of bounds. At the 2-minute warning, a gain of 17, and they're already near midfield, driving for the tire for the win. Adam Vinatieri on 3 Super Bowl winning teams at New England, 1 at Indianapolis. Of course, those 2 clutch winners in the big game. He could be called on shortly. The all-time scorer in New England history, 7th all-time in Colts history. But Peyton's hit his last 10 throws. Has another first down coming out of the 2-minute mark. At the 47, they go ground. And Donald Brown gets what they wanted. Good chunk, gain of 8.
Excellent play call. Because the Colts, of course, they want to score, but take it down to the scenario. If you do, you take the time off the clock so Tom Brady will not have time to come back.
On 2nd and 2. Low pass for Tammy, unable to grab it off the ankles.
You know, the one thing, Jim, when you look at this game, the Colts, when they needed to stop on the defensive side, they applied pressure. The Patriots have not done that because I don't think they can cover these receivers one-on-one.
Got a run for the first. Donald Brown. The linesman on the far side is right on the mark. It will be a first down, or it will be 4th and inches.
You think they'll go for it? Yeah, wasn't funny.
Got it by the nose. For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. The Colts and the Patriots coming down to the wire here. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms with New England leading it at 31-28. 60 Minutes to follow after the game, except on the West Coast. You'll see it at its regularly scheduled time. Another completion. Ball came out at the end. They rule him down on the field. It's Garcon with the catch.
Again, the drive starter. Wide receivers coming underneath.
Procedure penalty will back up the Colts 5.
Jim, you look at this. New England still has 3 timeouts.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And you think about that. And, of course, you know you have them, and you're going to use them if you think you need it to give yourself a chance to win the game. But so far, there's not been an appropriate time to call a timeout if you're the Patriots.
Second and 6 to Wayne. He leaps. Fails to hold on. Would have been a circus catch. And Wayne able to bounce up.
A little delayed move at the line of scrimmage. Peyton Manning looks down the middle.
Third and 7.
Good coverage by Butler, though. That's it. Reggie Wayne. Okay, here's what's going to happen.
First charge timeout, Indianapolis, a 30-second timeout.
Reggie Wayne was attended to on the field. So either he has to come out of the game for one play, or Indianapolis calls the timeout. Now he can go back into the game.
That's a good timeout.
It is. Once the trainers came out and started attending to him, then inside of 2 minutes, or any part of the game, he's got to hold this ball all the way down. It comes out.
Well, he landed on the football, and that's why for a moment it's like he had the wind knocked down.
Yes.
Peyton recognizing that calls the timeout. Manning, 4 times the league MVP, actually shared it one of those 4 years with Steve McNair, but this and many minds around the league has been his finest performance, playing with this patchwork squad, different receivers, skill players in every week. 2 of his top 3 running backs out. His top receiver, Dallas Clark, top tight end. And seeing him at his best here in this quarter. Gone over 3,000 yards on the season here in this quarter. This would be some comeback, wouldn't it? 3rd and 6. And that's why you call the timeout. It's Wayne with the catch and the first down.
I haven't seen him run this play in quite a while. They used to run it against the Patriots years ago, 5 or 6 times during the game. What a time to call it.
On first down, he had pressure. He got hit when he threw it. And that's Sanders with the interception. Very little pressure on the quarterback all game long. But this pass was influenced by the heat.
It definitely was. I couldn't tell if Peyton Manning was trying to throw it to the outside receiver or to the inside receiver. The pressure comes off the edge. He steps up. He has to change the angle he's throwing the football, and that change of the angle makes it go off target.
It's Cunningham, the rookie, drafted in the 2nd round out of Florida.
I think he was throwing it to try to throw it behind Pierre Garçon, and he was going to try to make him stop and come back.
Two timeouts for the Colts, but it's not going to add up the math. They were in field goal range. At the very least, it was going to be a Vinatieri moment to tie it if they weren't able to take it across the goal line.
How about that? Very little pressure all day long on Peyton Manning, but a couple times that pressure resulted, Jim, in 2 interceptions. And I think what happened there, I know what happened. His arm angle had to change so much that it just made him inaccurate. That's what happens. Pressure on the quarterback, no matter what it is. If you hinder his vision just a little bit, or if he has to change the way he throws it, of course the ball's not going to go where you want it to all the time.
Brady pretty excited here. And the Colts are not going to take that last time out. The executive producer of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus. Vice President of Production, Harold Bryant. Coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS in today's game, Lance Barrow. Mike Arnold, our director. Eric Mann, the senior producer. Director of the studio, Bob Mattina. Corey Fishman and Andy Friedman, our associate directors. New England now to 8-2. Indianapolis falls to 6-4. And Tom Brady has now won for the 25th consecutive regular season game at home as he ties Brett Favre's all-time record. Well, Manning, he almost pulled off another memorable comeback against the Patriots. He had that one last year. Of course, had that epic comeback in the AFC title game, their Super Bowl winning year when they were down 18 to win it. But it was his third pick of the game, matched against his 4 touchdown passes. Trying to shrug off the pressure of Cunningham, influencing the throw, and Sanders, who had a pick and a run back against Pittsburgh last week, makes the game saver this time. Peyton knew they were in rhythm, poised to steal one here at Gillette. The comeback from 17 down in the 4th.
I think these two teams, they might see each other one more time this year.
I'd love to see it. And I will see you, my friend, on Thanksgiving Day.
Look forward to it.
For Phil Simms and all the crew, this is Jim Nantz saying so long from Foxborough. Enjoy your holiday week coming up. We'll see you Thursday from Detroit. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.